everyone, in this video I'll be doing the sewing tag. So this is just a question answer video about me and my sewing journey. I first saw this tag on Whitney Sews channel. I'll link it in the description box. So I saw her doing this tag first, but I think the person who started it was Sewing for Christ. So I'll have her link in the description box too. First question. How old were you when you first started sewing? I started sewing in the summer between 8th and 9th grade. I was 13 years old. What was your first sewing machine? My first sewing machine was a Singer Tradition 2250. What was your first project? I don't remember exactly what was my first project, but this one was probably my first project that I can remember. It's a tote bag made out of 2 t-shirts. Dallas Cowboys, and Superman. If you'd like to see a tutorial on how to do this tote bag with 2 t-shirts, comment below. What was your hardest project? I don't think I've ever done a hard project. I would consider them challenging. The most recent challenging project that I had was in the spring of this year, 2013, and I had to make a cape, a Satan cape, for my church play. A lady at church gave me the material and she gave me the pattern to make the cape, and so she wanted the cape to look just like the pattern, and I've never used a pattern before, so this was my first time using a pattern, so it was quite challenging, and of course I didn't get everything perfect. There was a few little mistakes along the way, but it was really fun making it. And it came out great. I'll show you a picture right here. What store do you buy most of your sewing supplies from? This is a question I get a lot on YouTube. It's called the scrap store. That's where I get like all my fabrics, all my sewing notions, zippers, elastic, everything. I went there today and I filmed the store a little bit so you can see everything that they have. If it wasn't for the scrap store, I wouldn't even have like half of the things that I have today for very, very inexpensive. If you live in San Francisco or in the Bay Area, check the description box for the link to their website. In the store, they have 2 aisles filled with fabrics, different types of colors, materials, everything. The thing about this is that there's different materials every time you go there because these are donated things from different people. I like to come here every so often because every time you come here, there's different things and you never know, you can find something really cool. The cool thing is that if you get a big bag full of stuff of anything you want, the most you'll probably pay is like $8, probably even cheaper. As you can see, you can find almost anything in here. So this is where your creative minds go wild. Look at all these patterns. You can go crazy in here. What is one sewing related item you collect? Every time I go to the scrap store, they always have buckets and buckets full of zippers, and I just love zippers. What are your favorite sewing items? My favorite sewing items are, like I said, zippers. I like buttons. I like my cutting mat. My sewing machine is my favorite item too, because if it wasn't for my sewing machine, I wouldn't be able to sew anything really good quality. Who is your favorite sewing YouTuber? My favorite sewing YouTuber is Robin Corinne, also known as Threadfinger. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't even know how to sew. They're the first crafty channel that I saw on YouTube. They've inspired me to sew, and that's how I got my sewing machine. And recently, just last year, it was a huge privilege to be on their channel. As you know, you probably found my channel through them, through my Capri Sun backpack video or the rucksack backpack video. Would you rather get a bucket full of fabric or a sewing machine? I'd rather get a bucket full of fabric. I already have a sewing machine, but if I didn't have a sewing machine, I would rather get the fabric because I could always get a sewing machine. If you could meet any seamstress in the world, who would it be? I would want to meet Kenley Collins. She's a designer. She was on Project Runway, and she's also known as Ariana Grande's designer. She's the one who makes the cute little dresses and everything. And when I saw Project Runway, I saw her on the show, and I was like, ooh, I love her designs. She's so creative and really talented and everything. Her style is similar to mine, or mine is similar to hers, so I really like her. Another designer I wish I could meet, but obviously she's not alive, so I can't meet her, is Gabrielle Chanel. If you haven't read her bibliography or know about her story, it's really inspirational for an aspiring designer like me. So she seems really cool. I would have loved to meet her. Does sewing run in your family? Sewing does not run in my family. Of course, almost every grandma knows how to sew. People think my mom taught me how to sew, but in reality, I'm the one going to teach her how to sew. So these other questions I wanted to add to the sewing tag. Have you ever injured yourself by sewing or doing any crafts? I have, but not where I had to go to the emergency room. I was sewing some plastic with a needle and a thumbnail, and it slipped and it like poked my index finger, but nothing too bad, just a little blood. Did you go to a fashion school? Or are you going to a fashion school? My plan is to major in fashion design and business. So I'm 2.5 years into college, and I've been doing my general education, but so far for art classes, I've taken basic drawing, basic design, and I'm currently in advanced design. In the next few semesters, I'll be taking more fashion design classes, like apparel construction, fashion illustration, weaving, all that good stuff. What is your favorite thing to sew? I love to make clothes like skirts, dresses. If you noticed through my YouTube tutorials, I like to make bags. I made a record purse. I made a bag out of candy wrappers. I made a heart-shaped bag. Oh, and my backpack videos. So as you can see, I like to do bags. So that's it for this sewing tag. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any other questions, leave it in the comments below. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to watch crafty tutorials.